Hi guys, so I don't know how to act anymore from that camera. I don't mean literally put on an act, because I haven't done a video in, is it 2 or 3 months, my last video that we uploaded. I have done one since, which was a few days ago, but for my other YouTube channel. But other than that, I haven't filmed in longer than the one on here that's been uploaded, which is 2 or 3 months ago. I'm sorry, this is probably a bad setup again, but it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep, and I've literally just found something to stand this phone up. To be honest, it's not very comfy, but it's gonna have to stay there for now. So yeah, I don't want that camera to fall either. I'm hoping it's alright where it is. But I am so tired, but I just can't sleep. And this is what I have to put up with, I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to have a talk with you guys. Mental health check-in. The last video I did as well was an update on mental health. There were like 2 parts, and now we're going to do a part 3. I don't even know really what I said in them videos. I don't think we're in a very good place, and I'm not again. And this is the time when sometimes at least, when I want to talk. And look, I've got cold sores, and I don't know how to stop them from coming back. I never used to get them, but the last few months I've been getting them, but I never used to get them or anything. So, I mean, it's because of stress, but then, I'm guessing anyway, but then I have that all my life, so stress. Yeah, so I'll just gonna have a little talk. I mean, I might show some stuff that were in the last videos. I might be saying other things, or it might be a mixture, because I haven't, like I said, I can't really remember what was in them, but sorry, it's right, I don't know, but I just like, we're going to talk to you guys. Obviously there's always going to be times where I have a dip and below. I mean, my mood can change in seconds, not like an over exaggeration. That's what can happen. That's generally what can happen, but sometimes it can last for minutes, sometimes it lasts for days, sometimes it can last for hours, sometimes it can last for weeks or even months. So obviously there isn't much to say on that exactly. What am I gonna say? So because I've got so many different problems going on, I've got few illnesses, I've got learning difficulties. So the thing is, I don't know whether it's for coming because of that mental illness or that one, or or I'm struggling more because I can't handle that right now. I don't know how to explain it, but if you've got several mental illness, you'll probably understand to a certain extent, because not everyone is the same. I'm sorry, my eyes don't look like they're looking at the camera. They usually just go big when I'm really tired, but I don't know what's up. If you look, I don't know, they look weird, don't they? And they don't look like they're looking straight. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, so what I'm saying is I don't know what's for what illness, so what. So for anyone that didn't know, I've got BPD, which is emotional unstable personality disorder, or some people call it borderline personality disorder. People's obviously got a lot of judgments against people with that, but they don't really know what it is, because even psychiatrists might pretend they're doing background, but they don't. They actually don't know what it is, and they don't understand it. And that's not me just saying that, because I have had a bad experience or something with people about it. Like psychiatrists, they generally don't, and some will admit to you they don't really know what it is. They don't know how to treat it, they don't know what it is. I mean, they do accuse it from having a bad childhood, but these people that hasn't had like a really bad childhood and they've got it, so it's not. And when you think about it, that's why a lot of mental illness come more severe for people when they've had a bad childhood, or a sudden traumatic event happens. So really, you can't really say that's just BPD, because it's anything that comes on, any mental illness. But yeah, so that's just my opinion. But yeah, I've got depression, anxiety. I've got, which is the most like common mental illnesses, I guess. But obviously different extremes and extents to it, like with everything. It's a noise. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know what it is. It's actually freaking me out. Do you know what? Is it just the birds or something outside? There better not be something in this box. There can't be. So just gonna pretend that's not happening. Sorry. So you can't ignore it. Right. Let's just talk. So yeah. So I've got, so like I said, I've got BPD, depression, anxiety. Much light's just come on, bra. I've got selective mutism, which is the severe. Nobody knows really what that is either, even though it's actually been going on for years and people don't realise. It was just called different names over years. But yeah, so even doctors and I don't know what like cause of that is exactly, or any. That was me this time, making that noise. I don't know if it is just because this is moving on me. That's what we're seeing, if that be it. But yeah, so sorry about that. So then, so basically I got like a severe anxiety disorder where you can't talk to like new people or in certain situations sometimes, or all the time, it depends. But it's not just been shy, it's literally a severe disorder when you can actually not talk, and they're not doing it on purpose. They actually just go mute sometimes and cannot talk at all to someone or in a certain situation. So there isn't much information out there about it. I was going to try and collect information from my own experience to do a video about it, but I don't want people then thinking, oh, I've got that. I'm not saying I can be the only one that's got it in the world, no I'm not, but it is extremely rare. And yes, it is really extremely rare. I'm not just saying that. And if you do have it, most of the time it goes after childhood, but mine didn't go. Apparently, if you have what's that therapy called, because sometimes if you have that, apparently when you're little, when you have it, goes. But again, I'm just gonna try to tell my opinion on therapy and stuff. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go, and it can help people more than other people. But I mean, it doesn't. Sorry. So. Don't be messy. So yeah, it helps some people obviously more than other people, and you should go, especially if you haven't got anyone to talk to, or if you prefer talking to someone you don't know. You know, and if you're not happy with one therapist, you can see if you can get another one, and you can request whether you want a female or a male generally as well. And if there's one available, usually they'll like get you female or male, whichever you prefer. But for me, like I said, it does help some people more than other people. But for me, in my opinion, it helps at that seconds, minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however long you're with the person. But then it doesn't get rid of the problem. It helps the underlying problem for that time, if you know what I mean. And that same as medication, because some people are like think medication's worse than seeing a therapist and stuff, but actually medication does help more than seeing a therapist. That's just my opinion, but it's still medication. It still doesn't cure what you've got. It's still not going to get rid of anything. Even if it's just like a one-time event, and that's why you go and see a therapist. Even if it is just a one-time event, it's not going to heal. If something's really bad happened for you to see a therapy, and I just told truth. And like I said, I can't say 100% that ain't true, but I'm saying that's what I think, and how I feel about that. Medication and seeing a therapist, it just does the same thing. It helps within a time frame. A few minutes, an hour, a few hours a day, 48 hours, whatever, a week, whatever. But it's not going to cure the underlying problem. And I know that's what people are not going to want to hear. It doesn't mean don't see a therapist, because even if it helps you out for an hour or even a few minutes, it's still good to go and talk to someone if it is helping for that, for even a few minutes, like I said. But if it's not helping at all, obviously, and that don't mean forget it after the first time, if it's your first time you've ever been. And again, like I was saying, you might not click with that therapist, so you might need another one that you prefer. So that's just my opinion on it. But that, like I said, that doesn't mean stop seeing a therapist, just like it means don't just stop taking medication whenever you feel like it. I actually start refusing my medication when I'm really not well, generally. When I'm really not well mentally, so to really including medication for like physical health, so I will just refuse. It's rare that I actually do that, but I went through a phase of doing it a few months ago, and I don't like to call it a phrase, but I mean, like, it suddenly coming, and then we're doing it for a few times, for like, not every single time. No, I mean, like on the day, but like I might refuse it one day and then have it in a couple of the next day, and then a day or two after that refuse it again, or a week after refuse it again, just like that. But that's not what you should do. That makes you more poorly, that makes things worse, and it's actually only when you're taking, I mean, it's only when you stop taking your medication that you realise how much you need it. Because and it's okay to need things. Forget about all that. You get addicted to this, you get addicted to that. Like some people say, even doctors, no, you can't get addicted to something you don't need, can you? So, yeah, that's just my opinion. Again, you can't get addicted to something, and that don't mean I'm saying go and take 50 at the same tablet once a day just because you feel like it. But I mean, if you're taking it as prescribed, but long term or whatever, you're not gonna get addicted to it unless you need it. So that's just my opinion. So I don't mean like overdose. I mean taking it prescribed every day. It's not gonna make you addictive to something that you need, like I said. So yeah, but I mean, we're 19 minutes in and I've just been ranting. I just you see, I can't talk about something that's happened or that's been happening, like certain things. If it were up to me, I'd tell you basically everything, or more or less everything, just not necessarily every detail. But I'll tell you as much as I can because it's going to help a lot of people. But what I can say is, so if you didn't know, I had 2 children. I had a miscarriage first, and I was only like, don't know exactly because I didn't have a scan, but probably definitely no longer than 6 weeks, but I probably more to 3-4 weeks, something like that. That really broke me and tore me down. And then, worst of all, I got pregnant again, which I was excited about. So I wedded, thought I was going to have a miscarriage again, and that's what I thought the only thing I'd have to worry about. At the end of that pregnancy, to end at middle, family social service suddenly just decided to come involved, which midwife must have informed them. I have 24-hour care. I have 2 carers in the day, 2 carers of the night. The fact is I've got mental illness and learning difficulties. It's not a choice to be mentally unwell, but it is a choice to be evil. Now, from what I can tell you, people with mental illness don't go around murdering and hurting people, essaying them and stuff like that because they're mentally unwell. No. People use that as an excuse for them, including the people that working in law and social services that's supposed to protect people, adult and children social services. So everyone with mental illness and learning disabilities immediately get accused of being evil and some kind of whatever you are, because there's not even any words for people like that. You know, you must, you've got mental illness and learning disabilities, so you must do that. Oh, and you must not know what you're doing and stuff. I think it's you that don't know what you're doing, lovely. So basically, my point is, I got my child taken off me. I tried my best with everything that I could. I mean, they already made their mind up before, let's face it, like they do. But I will own up to mistake that I didn't finish the parenting assessment, but then they didn't, they should have been more patient and stuff. There should be more support and help for people with mental illness and stuff. But like I said, I know they already made their mind up, but that ain't why I'd like thought I couldn't be bothered. No, it weren't that I couldn't be bothered. I weren't well, I was emotionally drained, I was run down, I was still pregnant, I didn't know what were gonna happen, I didn't know what were happening, I didn't know, I was uneducated on the choices that I could, that I made, and I was uneducated on, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's but anyways, my job to go to put in the care of someone. I've can't give that information. But basically, so and I was seeing my daughter as well in like contact, yeah, and I did miss a couple, and a couple I left early, not just like being like bye whatever we told them and stuff, and played the person that were there with us, and me and my kids went, and I get if I've got my baby with me, I can't just like, I'm having a break now, I need to do this, I need to do that. But I would have been perfectly happy because it's all I've ever wanted, and some people are just made to be a mum and you just get into the routine. I couldn't get into a routine in the middle of one room that had basically nothing in it apart from me and my child. in an uncomfortable place, and even though my carers were there, with a stranger basically, and they kept changing contact centres, which I'm not bothered about that, but like, again, me and Tegan are trying to get used to a setting so we can learn how to be, I can learn how to be a mum, she can learn how to be the baby and depend on me. She didn't feel comfortable, I didn't feel comfortable. Obviously can't say 100% my daughter didn't, because I'm not in her head, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't. But overall, when I had her, I had to stay in hospital for a few days. I ended up having to wait for C-section. So Tegan had to, not long after she born, she had to go to special care, what they're not the ICU, the one down from that, like this, where she needed some help, but not like where she was. But so, but I was actually giving her first bottle in recovery. We literally, it happened so quick. I had a workout from when I had her, and then obviously she got put on my chest. We had a cuddle, then we went into recovery. I was still cuddling. I was giving her first bottle. I'd been up for like 2.5 days or something at this point, like literally no sleep at all, but I wasn't bothered. I did feel the overwhelming love like everybody does for the child, but I didn't feel nothing else, do you know what I mean, towards myself or anybody else. So I didn't feel like angry at my baby or I just felt the unconditional love for a bit, nothing else. So I was giving her a bottle. I was upset. They had to take her to, but the doctor confirmed they had to take her to special care. She was there for a week or just over a week. And I was in hospital for 5 days, so I could get to see her every day. I'm pretty sure it was 5 days I went. And they've even like court papers that I was good with her in hospital and everything, fine in that thing. Because she was in special care and she was pulling, she had her oxygen on and she started losing weight, but more than like, you know, when babies just lose a bit of weight, then they're supposed to put it back on again. Tegan went, and still to this day, she's tiny and underweight. She just turned 3, so. But yeah, I would go every day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day to special care part, because I'm new to it. And I was talking to a friend the other day, I didn't know how long I could stay down there, if I could stay like all the day or whatever. I did were thinking, because some parents was, but they was going home, so I don't know if that's when they were just coming back to their child. But I was in hospital, but I didn't know any of this. To be honest, not much was said, not much were, no only thing that they thrown in my face were a piece of paper. Soon, about half an hour after I'd got on a proper ward, and then under of like how to, like, different methods about so you don't get pregnant again. Birth control. I couldn't think of with them, which I'm not bothered because I wasn't planning on another baby at that second. I mean, if I'd have kept eating, I probably would have had another one by now. It should have been in my care. Probably would have, to be fair. But otherwise, no. I mean, at that second, I wouldn't have been, even if Megan were coming home, even if I knew she was coming home for definite at that day. I mean, apparently they couldn't go to court till after she was born, like, to decide if she'd stay with me or not. I know some people say that it's judge that gets the final say, but they only get the final say on what the social workers are saying. That's what people don't realise. And I cannot assure you for definite the lie about every case from what people said. I know it will true when things they've done and where they've left kids to be abused, but then take innocent parents' kids off them for no reason. I know because I've got people that I know and stuff, and because of what's happened to other kids and stuff and other parents. So, but you'd always think, oh, it can't be that bad that they lie about. Surely they can't do that because it's a legal document. There isn't much true in the old court papers. I don't know if it's to make them look important and either bit. There's about 100 pages. Some of it's saying the same things repeatedly. Don't know if it's to make them look more important, like I said, and to make it look like they've done some work and make it look like they're very clever and stuff, but they just look silly because you've literally written the same things on each page. So I'm sorry, but you do just look silly. I mean, if I sat here now, got 100 pieces of paper and started writing, and my parents goes, "Oh, what you writing?" and be like, "No, because you're not going to tell everyone, are you? Because you're going to lie about it as well, because that's what you used to do when them type of people." So if I'm like, no, but then they finally see it, and they'll finally realise, well, you've written on about 10 pieces of paper now from top to bottom. And they'll think I'm going mad. But I know it's not a funny mad, but if someone was sat next to you and just got 100 pieces of paper out of nowhere for fun, start writing the same thing over and over, written from top to bottom of one page, and then carried on with each page not leaving a space on each page, just writing. I mean, it's going to take you a while anyway. Your hands are going to be hitting before you'd even fill 100 pages in. So, but you understand what I'm saying? So that's how silly it is, because people are going to think you're mad. You're accusing other people of being mad, but even just the little things you're doing, you look extremely like you need major help right away. You don't sit there and be like, same thing on every single page from top to bottom. I mean, who's got time for that, for a start? So obviously I didn't even know for a long time, but I can't really discuss that with anyone about court papers, like what's in it and stuff, but why? Because you're telling lies, isn't it? I'm sorry, but why? Because, and then on top of that, I'm not meant to be able to discuss it with my parents, so the only person I'm supposed to be able to discuss it with is people that's got to you, and the solicitor that we involved at the time through the investigation and trial, whatever you want to call it. So obviously I've seen it because I can't understand all that, and I even thought I was going mad just reading the same thing over again, and then I'm thinking it's the reason for, and then no, they ain't. It's just silliness. Don't expect anything less, to be honest. But then, like I'm saying, so I didn't doubt the people that been going through that, but I thought, well, they can't lie, even if they make just odd lie, but they can't make lies on majority of court papers. It's a legal document, but they have. So, and I've got nothing to lie about, and if I could just sit here and show you it all, I would. So yeah, I don't know, I don't know what else to say on court paper matter. Because I mean, I'm not supposed to say, like, well, I haven't really told you any detail. Just told you it's silliness of the repeating and making lies up. And like I'm saying, is it because you just make lies up? Is that why we can't tell anybody? It's because it's such a big secret. Because something so personal to someone should be up to them if they want to tell people or they want to tell, and they told truth